Okay, so are you guys ready? Today we're going to start in a child's pose, if that's comfortable for you. If not, just coming into a comfortable seat. For your child's pose, maybe bringing the big toes to touch. You can have the knees as wide or as narrow as feels comfortable. And then just allowing the head to rest down. And we'll just take a few moments to get settled. A few moments to find the breath. A few moments to really bring ourselves into this moment, onto the mat, here and now. Feeling the flow of air in and out through the nostrils. Maybe gently slowing it down. Making the breath a little bit longer, a little bit deeper. Finding a steady rhythm. Striving for equal lengths, inhales and exhales. And just when you're ready, starting to bring just a little bit more activity into the posture. Gently reaching the arms forward, softly gripping the mat with the fingertips. Creating a little bit more space through the sides of the body. And then softly walking the hands a step or two over to the left. Finding a little bit more reach through the right hand side. Gently sending the breath out into the right hand side ribs. Going for one more full round of breath. And then softly walking the hands through the center and a step or two over to the other side. Finding that reach through the left hand, breathing into the left hand side ribs. One more full round of breath. And then softly taking the hands through the center. Starting to really reach them forward, rooting down through the hands. And then slowly pulling the body all the way up onto the hands and knees. Coming into a tabletop, spreading the weight through the hands, and then softly rocking the weight forwards and back over the wrists. Gently warming them up. Tuning into that movement and perhaps playing around with it, maybe taking it side to side. Maybe drawing some little circles with the chest over the wrists. And when you're ready, allowing that movement to get a little bit bigger. In your own time, turning it into cat-cow. Moving with the breath. And if you haven't done so already, I encourage you to close the eyes. To really tune into that movement. Maybe you notice that the body's craving some little wiggle, some additional bits of movement here. Allowing yourself to explore, to experiment a bit. To move in a way that feels good. And slowly letting that movement get even bigger. In your own time, turning it into a downward facing dog, but don't rush it. Add in any movement along the way. Keeping this attention throughout. And feel free to keep the movement going a little bit, having some fluidity in your downward facing dog. Maybe a soft paddle through the feet, a little wiggle of the hips, some movement through the shoulders. Just make it mindful. Stick with the body, with the breath. And softly slowing it down until you're all the way in stillness. Really spreading the weight through the hands, rooting them down. Lengthening up the sides of the body all the way up through the hips. Maybe we keep the knees a little bit bent. Taking a full round of breath. And then on your next inhale, softly shifting the shoulders forward over the wrist, coming into a plank. Depending on your position here, you might have to step the feet a little bit further back. Nice. Holding it here, really pressing the ground away, finding a little bit of a lift in between the shoulder blades. Keeping the breath steady. One more full round of breath. And then on your next exhale, allow the movement to originate from the tailbone, but start to slowly pull the hips all the way up into a downward facing dog. Nice, we're going to keep it moving with the breath. On the inhale, allowing the movement to originate from in between the shoulder blades. Inhaling to ripple it forward into a plank. Nice, and then exhale, pulling it all the way back up into a downward facing dog. Keep it moving like this with your own breath. Making it one continuous movement. Nice, and next time you're all the way in a plank, pausing again. Really strong, actively pressing the mat away. We're going to keep the weight in the hands for as long as possible. Starting to slowly lift the hips a little bit and gently walk the feet in towards the hands. One step at a time. But really keeping the weight in the hands for as long as possible. And once you're all the way forward, taking the weight into the feet. Allowing the upper body to hang heavy, the knees to soften a bit. Maybe it feels good to just softly shake out the shoulders, the head. And grounding through the feet, slowly rolling it up through the spine. Keeping that little bit of a bend in the knees. Coming all the way up into standing. Deep inhale. Long exhale. Inhale, reaching the arms up high, pressing down through the soles of the feet. Exhale, soft knees, folding it forward. Inhale, halfway lift, drawing the shoulders back a touch. Exhale, planting the hands, gently stepping the left leg back. I'm going to lower the knee to the mat. Inhale, lifting the chest, reaching up through the fingertips. Exhale, twisting the body over to the right, towards your bent knee. Nice, Nikki. Deep inhale. Exhale, we're going to bring that left hand down onto the mat, rooting it down. Lifting up and out of that bottom shoulder. Deep inhale. Long exhale. Deep inhale. Exhale, reaching the arm overhead and then framing the foot, softly stepping it back into a knee plank. Inhale, pushing the mat away. Exhale, hugging the upper arms in, lowering the chest just a third of the way down. Inhale, pressing it back up high. Exhale, slowly lowering all the way down onto the tummy. Inhale, lifting the chest, floating the hands off the mat. Exhale, lower, taking the hips back and up, all the way into a downward facing dog. Moving with control. Nice. Breathing steady. Deep inhale. Long exhale. Inhale, reaching the right leg up into the air. Exhale, we're going to draw the knee in over the right upper arm. So really squeezing in through the side of the body. And then gently stepping that leg down, heel in, toes out. And gently bringing the back leg forward as well, dropping the hips slightly. Inhale, lifting the chest, pressing down through the soles of the feet. Exhale, hands to the mat, stepping it back, downward facing dog. Deep inhale. Long exhale. Inhale, lifting up onto the tippy toes. Exhale, bending the knees, stepping or lightly hopping the feet forward. In between the hands. Inhale, halfway lift, rooting down through the soles of the feet. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rising, coming all the way up, reaching the arms up high. Exhale, diving it straight back forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the mat, gently stepping the right leg back, lowering the knee down. Rooting down through that front foot. Inhale, reaching the arms up high. Exhale, twisting over to the left, pausing. So if your collarbones extend all the way out through the fingertips. Deep inhale. Exhale, bring that right hand down onto the mat, stacking the left arm on top. Deep inhale. Exhale, bring the hand to the mat, framing the foot, softly stepping it back into a knee plank. Inhaling to hold. Exhale, slowly lowering just a third of the way. Inhale, slowly pressing it back up high. Exhale, gently lowering all the way down onto the tummy. Inhale, lifting the chest, floating the hands. Exhale, lower, taking it all the way up into a downward facing dog. Moving with control. Nice. Deep inhale. Long exhale. Inhale, reaching the left leg up into the air. Exhale, drawing the knee over the left upper arm and then gently bringing it down. Stepping the back leg forward as well, dropping the hips. Inhale, lifting the chest. Exhale, grounding the hands, stepping it back, downward facing dog. Deep inhale. Long exhale. Inhale, lifting up onto the tippy toes. Exhale, bending the knees, stepping or lightly hopping the feet in between the hands. Inhale, halfway lift, broadening the chest. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rising all the way up, reaching the arms up high. Exhale, hands through heart and down by your sides. Inhale, bending the knees, sinking the hips back. Exhale, we're going to take it lower and hold. Deep inhale. Exhale, bringing it a little bit lower. This is always everyone's favorite in my classes. Deep inhale. Exhale, lower. We're going to come all the way down onto the bum. Feel free to support yourself with the hands. Plant in the way. Either keeping the hands floating, or you can bring them just behind the body. Raising the legs off the mat, squeezing the thighs. Deep inhale. Option to stay here, or exhaling, extending the whole body out long. Inhale, drawing it back in. Exhale, extend. Inhale, drawing it back in. Exhale, extend. Inhale, draw it back in and pause. Exhale, either crossing the legs or taking them around, planting the hands, stepping it back into a plank. Nice. Inhale, hold, pressing the mat away. Option to bring the knees down. Exhale, lowering just a third of the way to the mat. Inhale, pressing it back up high. Exhale, taking it halfway or all the way. Inhale, lifting the chest through upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, hips up high, downward facing dog. Nice, deep inhale. Long exhale. Inhale, reaching the right leg up into the air. Exhale, drawing the knee in towards the chest, squeezing it in. Inhale, sending the leg all the way back. Exhale, drawing the knee in. Pause, really pressing the mat away. Holding it here, keeping a little bit of a lift in between the shoulder blades. Option to keep that knee floating, or you can lower it down onto the mat, weight into the right hand. Inhale, reaching the left arm up high. Exhale, taking the arm overhead, so keeping the outer edge of the foot grounded. Deep inhale. Exhale, bringing the hand to the mat, really pushing it away, scooping that foot back up and gently bringing it in between the hands. Inhale, slowly rising it up into a lunge. Exhale, holding it here, really lengthening up through the sides of the body. Encouraging the right hip a little bit back, the left hip a little bit forward. Deep inhale. Exhale, we're going to twist it over to the right. Deep inhale. Exhale, reaching through that front hand and bringing it up and over. Deep inhale. Long exhale. Inhale, reaching as far forward as you possibly can. Taking the weight into that front foot. We're going to lift the back leg off, drawing the knee in towards the chest. And as we do, switching the arms around. Nice. Keeping that knee drawing in towards the chest. The fingertips reaching out. But maybe we can relax the shoulders a touch. Yes. Deep inhale. Exhale, option to extend through that front foot, lifted leg, sending the heel forward. Deep inhale. Long exhale. Inhale, maybe that leg goes up just a little bit higher for a final breath. And then exhale, slowly taking it through the center, reaching the fingertips forward, either taking it all the way into a half moon, maybe supporting yourself with a block, or you can bring the back toe down for a bit of support, focusing on stacking the shoulders here. Nice. Breathing steady. Reaching from that lifted heel all the way through the crown of the head. Deep inhale. Long exhale. Deep inhale. Exhale, you're going to soften through the standing knees, stepping it as far back as you can. Stepping that back leg to about a 45-degree angle. Shifting the weight, sinking into that back foot, flexing those right toes up. Nice. You can take it lower, stay high here. Breathing steady. Deep inhale. Long exhale. Pressing down through that left foot. Inhale, rising it back up, bringing both toes to face this way. Hands can come onto the hip. Inhale, lengthening up through the crown of the head. Exhale, softening the knees, folding it down. Maybe the hands stay on the hips, maybe they come down onto the mat. Deep inhale. Long exhale. Inhale, lifting the chest slightly. Exhale, bending into that right knee, walking the hands to frame the foot. Stepping it back, maybe through a vinyasa. But let's meet in a downward facing dog. Inhale, reaching the left leg up into the air. Exhale, drawing the knee in towards the chest, squeezing it in. Inhale, sending the leg all the way back up high. Exhale, draw it in and hold. Really pushing the mat away, a full round of breath. And then maybe that knees stay lifted or we lower it to the mat. Weight into the left hand. Inhale, reaching the right arm up high. Breathing. Deep inhale. Exhale, gently taking the arm overhead. Keeping the outer edge of the right foot rooted. Deep inhale. Exhale, hand to the mat, pushing it away, really lifting that knee back up in towards the chest. And then bring the foot in between the hands. Inhale, slowly rising up into a lunge, rooting down through the feet. Hold it. Finding that levelness in the hips. Breathing steady, deep inhale. Exhale, twisting it over to the left. Deep inhale. Exhale, taking it up and over, so reaching the right arm forward and up. Deep inhale. Long exhale. Inhale, reaching it forward, starting to slowly shift the weight, floating that back leg off the mat. And as you draw the knee in towards the chest, switching the arms around. Nice, finding that space, that breath across the chest, from the collarbones out through the fingertips. Deep inhale. Exhale, option to extend through the leg. Really rooting down through that standing foot, growing that little bit taller. Inhale, maybe the leg goes up a little bit higher. Exhale, slowly taking it through the center, reaching it forward. And then down, so creating space through the sides of the body as well. Nice, stacking shoulders, arms reaching those right fingertips up high. Deep inhale. Exhale, softening into the standing knees, slowly stepping it back out wide. Foot at about 45-degree angle, sinking into the hips, flexing that left foot up. So now other side, yeah. Nice, deep inhale. Long exhale. Pressing down through that right foot. Inhale, rising it up. Bring the toes to face the bolsters. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, soft knees, folding it forward. Maybe the hands come to the mat. Really spreading the weight through the feet. Breathing steady. One more full round of breath. And then softening into that left knee, walking the hands to frame the front foot. Stepping it back, maybe Vinyasa. But let's meet in a child's pose. Taking a few breaths here, checking in with how the body's feeling, how the breath's flowing. And then just to end on a high energy note, if you just sit back on the heels for a moment. So a couple of options. We can either do like we did in the first round, where we would step the feet forward into a squat, then lift the chest and then step it back. Or if you feel like you want to do a little bit more high energy, you can hop it forward instead. So hopping both feet at the same time, landing on the outer edges of the hands, and then lifting it up into a squat. So up onto the tippy toes, softening the knees, hopping it forward, lifting the chest, stepping it back. Yeah? Cool. Let's come into a downward facing dog. I'll cue the hops, but if you'd rather do the steps, go for it. And inhale, lifting up onto the tippy toes. Exhale, bending the knees and then stepping or hopping it nice. Inhale, lifting the chest. Exhale, hands to the mat, stepping it back. Keep it going at your own pace. Do a few more. Really gripping the mat, especially if you're hopping. So you're sort of pushing it away, wrapping the upper arms a little bit in. Nice. And then the next time you're in your squat, pausing there. Holding, bringing the palms together at heart. So taking the feet as wide as you want. We want to try and have the heels on the mat. So if you want to lift it up a bit higher, that's good. Pressing down through the soles of the feet. I'm going to inhale, pressing it halfway up. Exhale, slowly lower. Inhale, pressing it halfway up. Exhale, slowly lower. Inhale, pressing it halfway up. Exhale, lower and pause. Inhale, reaching the arms up high. Exhale, bring the hands behind the body, slowly lowering the hips down. Now take the legs out wide. Inhale, lengthening up through the crown of the head, maybe flexing the feet, having them active. Exhale, gently walking a little bit forward. Thinking about gently drawing the tummy and the heart forward. Keeping the breath steady. One more full round of breath. And then softly walking the hands up. And bring the hands just behind the body, softly shaking the legs together. Planting the feet on the mat, planting the hands just behind the body, really rooting them down. Inhale, lifting the hips, lifting the heart, holding it there. Really pressing the mat away, lifting the heart as high as possible. One more round of breath. And then on your next exhale, gently lowering the hips down. Maybe having a little roll through the shoulders. And just making sure you've got a bit of mat behind you, gently laying down on the back. Nice, maybe bringing the feet out a little bit wider, about mat width apart, but keeping the knees bent for a moment. Maybe the arms reach out to the side a little bit, taking a deep inhale. On the exhale, bringing the knees over to the left. Inhaling through the center. And exhaling to the other side. Keeping that movement going, just a couple of rounds. If you feel like pausing on one side for a breath or two, go for it. And once you've done both sides equally, maybe drawing the knees in towards the chest, giving the body a great big hug. Maybe an inhale to squeeze everything in tight. And then an exhale to extend the legs out long. Allowing the arms to fall softly on either side of the body. Allowing the eyes to close if they aren't already. Allowing the body to settle, to soften. Feeling the support of the mat underneath the body. And allowing the body to sink into that support. Letting go of any effort. Letting go of any control of the breath. Completely soft. Very, very gently starting to deepen the breath. Bringing a bit of movement back to the body, seeing how it feels. Allowing the movement to slowly grow. Maybe turning into a full body stretch. Coming onto one side. Allowing yourself a moment here. And just when you're ready, coming up into a comfortable seat. Bring the palms together at heart, softly bowing the head in gratitude for the body, for the practice. Bring the thumbs towards the forehead for kind thoughts, to the lips for kind words, and to the heart for kind actions. Namaste. Thank you so much.
Brutal.
It was a bit, wasn't it? Hang on a minute, that leg's going out the back. Twisted dancer, what was that all about? Are you going to sit there and eat, you two?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh my God.